Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have this beautiful blue eye look. I'm here to show you how to cut your crease, as well as give you tips and tricks that you can use to make it easier for you. A cut crease, can you please do a detail cut crease? Can you please, it's always something about a cut crease. So I was like, okay, let me just sit down and film the look for you guys, and I hope you understand. I hope that you guys understand everything and all the information. I'm gonna bring you guys just a little bit closer. Yeah, I think we're good. So step one, I'm just gonna get right into it because I just don't know which other way I can explain it better. To tell you guys that I have hooded eyes. I think a lot of people don't know this about me, but I do have hooded eyes. I'm part of the hooded eye gang, believe it or not, but I have mastered everyone's cut crease who has hooded eyes, like on how to cut your crease if you have hooded eyes and how to make it show. It depends how hooded your eyes are, guys. I think there are levels to this. You can get people with like really hooded eyes where cutting a crease is like impossible. I'm so sorry guys, you're gonna have to do like one shade, because I think no matter how high you cut the crease, still it just, when a person has too much fat around their eyes, it will still smudge and then you're not going to see anything. But firstly, I'm going to show you the tools that you need as well to do your eye look. Okay, so firstly, I've done my brows already off camera. The tip is that you need to tweeze or shape your brows a little bit higher just to create space, especially if you have hooded eyes like me. Shaping my brows a bit higher, I automatically have like a little bit more space and a little bit more room to cut my crease. I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna write down the exact name for it, but it's the color C something. I'm gonna write down the name of the brush in the description box down below and where I bought the brush. That's if I can remember. Some of them, guys, like I honestly won't remember, but you just see and then you'll just pick out something similar when you're going out to shop. Okay, which is 332 if you want to try this one. So I've run out of my Mpilodladla base that I use. I just mix a drop of this to a lighter concealer. As you can see, this concealer is very thick. It's really the purpose of this is to really cover up the darkness on your eyes. As you can see on this eye, my eye is pretty dark, as a lot of people's eyes are really dark. So by adding concealer and dragging it all the way down onto your eyelid, this will create like a blank canvas for you to put on eyeshadow, and it will pop and stand out. So if you don't do this and you put eyeshadow on your actual crease, on your actual lid with nothing, it's not gonna pop. Kind of diffuse this part of my eyeshadow. It's so important, guys, to make sure that this part is nice and blended, or it's gonna give you trouble when you're doing your face. Trust me, always blend this part out. And then just tap just slightly, and then just be careful not to mess up your brows. Okay, so this is just kind of removing some of the concealer, but not all of it, so that it's not too much. I'm going in with my favorite eyeshadow palette at the moment, which is the Be Perfect Cosmetic Carnival Pro palette. Guys, you have to, if you're a makeup artist, please invest in this palette. If not this one, then the James Charles. They are worth having, especially if you're a makeup artist. Like when I go out for bookings now, I just carry either this one or the James Charles, because they pretty much have the same colors. So make sure that your eye is blended out. Okay, like a dense, but it's quite long. I know how to explain it. It's dense because when I press down on the bristles like this, it's quite dense. An example of a fluffy brush is this one. See, when I press down on the bristles, I can't press them down because it's very fluffy. So you want to go for a brush that looks like this, or okay, it's the same brush, and another brush. These are all the same brushes, okay? They have to be very, very dense, but just have a little bit of fluff to them so that you can be able to pick up pigment from your eyeshadow palette. Okay, tip again to make sure that your eyeshadow is popping is to dip in as many times as you can until you are satisfied with the pigment. Okay, so what I do, a trick again with hooded eyes, is to always do your eyeshadow with your eyes open. Okay, this is going to help you so that you make sure that your whatever you're doing is going to show when you're done. Guys, pigment, 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 pigment. Okay, so just start. So what you're doing is you're trying to create like a rounded effect, ne? So rounded, don't take it out unless you're doing a look like that. It's mostly with my very natural soft glam looks where I just kind of like fluff it out, like to create like a fake wing. But mainly with color, just always try to keep it like in a very oval circular motion, eh? Okay, so make sure to keep your eye open. Your first dip, just try and trace out the shape that you're going for, ne? So this is my shape for my eye. So now I'm going to build from this. And then when I say build, I mean build. Where you're going to be cutting your crease, it has to be as dark as possible so that it creates like that sunk in effect, so that when you do your lid color it pops out. Okay, so just pressing in, you're not blending now, no blending, you're only just patting in the pigment. Okay, like so. So you just keep patting. So you see, with the very good quality eyeshadow, I've only dipped like only 2-4 times maximum, and can you see the amount of color payoff that I have? But let's say you're using like a not so pigmented palette, make sure that you're dipping in at least 10 or 20 times just to get this amount of payoff. Okay. Whew. I think I'm sick. Shout out to Benefit Cosmetics. If let's say I was not using this good quality eyeshadow palette, I would have gone in with the black just to make it more dark. Now we are going to be adding our transition color. Okay, this is our crease color. Okay, so now I'm going in with my transition color. A transition color is a color that you're going to be using to get rid of this line. Okay, and then just to diffuse that line, you're going to be using your transition color. Transition color has to be a little bit lighter than your actual crease color. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this blue using a similar brush, but it's smaller. If you can, okay, so it's like almost the same brush, just that this one that I was using for my crease is bigger, and this one that I'm going to be using for my transition color is smaller. Okay, just want to like tap directly onto the line, right on the line, on that dark blue line. Okay, so we're not blending it, just adding your transition color by tapping directly onto the line. And don't worry if you can still see the line now, because we're not done yet. You see how many times I'm tapping, guys, so my eyeshadow look can pop. Invest in a eyeshadow switcher, because my brushes are dirty, but because I have this, it's making it so much easier for me. Same brush, I'm gonna go into a more lighter blue. Okay, so just going above there with the lighter blue. I'm still patting, I'm not blending it. Okay, shaping my brows a bit higher gives me space, a lot of space to work with. A blending brush. This is a blending brush, guys. It's very fluffy, but it's very small. There's different types of blending brushes. Okay, this is a small one, there's a big one. So just make sure that you always get the smallest brushes possible when you're doing your eye looks, because I can't blend with this one, it's way too big, it's gonna mess up my eyeshadow. So I need to go in with the smaller one, and then I'm gonna start blending. Just be careful where you're holding your brush, it has to be right at the tip so you're not putting too much pressure, because if you put too much pressure your eyeshadow will lift. So just blend. Just make sure you're going in with very light strokes used, and then we're just gonna tap right on the line. Now we're trying to get rid of this line. Okay, so tap on the line. Just have all your brushes really close to you, because you're gonna be going back and forth with all the brushes. So I'm done with that brush. The second brush we used, still patting on the line. I'm trying to get rid of this line now. So I'm gonna go back with this brush again, tap on the line. I just don't want to lose the darkness, so that's why I'll just always keep going back with this brush. Okay, second brush, 50 from MAC, and then I'm gonna take like a clean brush, and then I'm just gonna be blending here, just to get rid of this part here of the eye. Okay, so guys, it's like playing with 3 shades and just making sure that they're all blended and they're all seamless. So I just take some, put it on the back of my hand. I'm still using my color brush because I've got hooded eyes. I can never ever start cutting my crease from here. See, from here, because it's not gonna show when my eyes are open. So what I do is that I cut my crease from here. See, be stamping. See, crease. Now I'm gonna fix it and make it perfect using the same brush. Okay, I'm just gonna bring my mirror just a bit closer. Okay, so now that I know where my crease is gonna go, it's gonna be so much easier for me to perfect it now. Step back and see if you're happy. Just make sure that the dark blue is still showing. Don't go above that dark blue. Remove the excess concealer. Okay, you don't want too much concealer here, or else your eyeshadow is going to crease. Now I'm gonna go in with my first brush that I used, darker blue. I'm gonna tap it like right at the corner. Don't bring it too close, because now you're still trying to create that big eyelid. So now I'm just gonna pat whatever's left on the brush, just to diffuse this part, because we don't want any harsh lines. Ne? Blue, same brush. I'm gonna be tapping it here very lightly, a very light hand, guys. Just be careful of your cut crease. And be careful of your crease, guys, just to blend it into that white. So all my eyeshadow brushes that I'm using. Okay. Okay, so now I'm back with both my eyes done. I just added like a bit of that turquoise color, like right there. just so it blends well. So you have to do what you have to do for it to be nice and seamless. And as I go on, I always just touch up on my eyes. That's just how I am until I'm done with my entire face and I'm happy. But I'm never happy, because even when I'm taking pictures, I'll just still go in with a brush and blend some more. Another tip is always use like, okay, a new mascara is always a bad idea. I know, like, just try to dry up your mascara as much as possible. Okay, so I'm quickly gonna do the rest of my face. I'm probably gonna fast forward this whole part, but just make sure to always wipe off all the pigments off your face, because you do not want that to mix with your foundation, or else you're gonna be blue all over your face. So just make sure you're wiping your face nicely and make sure that it's nice and clean. Mini pencil from Essence. It's a white liner. I love putting white liner since I've got very small eyes and very hooded eyes. I like to have that little pop so that my eyes can open up a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this and put it directly onto my waterline. Guys, this is the only liner I use. It's from Essence. It's pretty good. Just gonna go in some more, just so it's nice and white. Can you see how white that is? Using just this Essence pencil. Small but very fluffy brush. Okay, see, it's really small but it's still fluffy. Whatever you did at the top, you have to do at the bottom. So I'm gonna start off, but I'm just gonna be using one brush, okay, maybe two. So I'm gonna start off with this one. We're using that darker blue just to tap that here, like directly under the white. Okay, I can't speak properly now because I need to make this face in order not to mess up my entire face. So I need to make it a little bit darker. Remember, pigment. Go in with the second blue. Just always remember to tap off the excess when you're doing your bottom lash. Most important, because you don't want any pigment falling on your face. See? So now you're kind of like connecting it to this transition. Remember, we're trying to create like a round oval shape. So now you'll start blending that color into the bottom, so it's like one complete look. Can you see? Brush, it's really similar to the one that I use, but it's even smaller. Okay, now we're gonna do our inner corner. So with our inner corner, just take some and place it directly into our inner corner, just to give your eye that pop. Remember, again, because I've got small eyes, I am trying by all means to make my eye open and make my eye pop, because I've got really small eyes and I like wearing big lashes, so that's even going to make my eyes even more smaller. So by putting the whites, automatically my eye is a bit bigger, and then by putting that inner corner, it also opens up my eye. I don't know if you can see. So you just put that, and then yeah, mascara on your bottom eyelashes. Guys, I have very small eyelashes, so I usually put extensions or I just put on mascara, but it won't show as much. If you have long eyelashes, you are God's favorite child. Okay, so now I'm just gonna finish off my face quickly. I'm gonna go in with my MAC. Just make sure to always blend everything out. You don't want any harsh lines. Okay guys, so this is the complete look. As you can see that I have completed my eyes, created this blue look just to show you guys. It's only like 3-4 colors. If you want like a more like a cut crease with the more colors, because this is quite simple, this is quite basic, you can do this with any color that you like. You can just keep repeating the step using the same technique but using different colors. So thank you very much for watching again. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and make sure to click that notification button so that you are notified every time I upload a video. Thank you very much, guys.